Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day wherever you are. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Please, those of you who are in cold temperatures, those of you who are in the midst of a snowstorm, those of you who are in freezing wind chills, please stay safe. Please stay warm, you guys, because it is cold out here in some of these streets. So there is that. So what are we talking about? We are talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, you guys. We're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville because, this show, even when, it's the holidays and we are waiting for the reunion to air, people cannot help themselves to, again, get involved on social media shenanigans. People get triggered. People feel a certain way and feel as though they need to respond to every single thing. And this is why everybody is not built for reality TV, you guys. So who am I talking about? So Stormi has now entered the chat once again because she wants you to know that she doesn't have a problem with anybody, right? Because I am sure people are coming after her for the comments that her mother made about Melody Cherie that had to come from somewhere, right? Somebody had to tell Stormi's mother, how they really felt about Melody Cherie for her mother to unleash like that on Twitter, right? So Stormi says the following in response. She says, "It's comical how y'all will choose to believe everything you heard except for what I've said a million times, and that's I don't have an issue with anyone. Just say y'all don't want to like me, but don't make up stuff because it helps fit the narrative that y'all have of me in your head." So here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing, and this is the same thing in regards to Tisha and her mom Phonics Unhooked, you guys. If you don't have a problem with anybody, we would not hear there being a problem with anybody, right? I mean, this is simple intelligence, you guys. This is basic skill sets, right? And when you try to deflect and you go to another party, whether it is a friend, whether it is a relative or whomever, who you know is going to know you best when it's all said and done, right? Somebody that you are close to, somebody that you confide in, and everything else, right? And they unleash all of these horrible things, right? About somebody who at one point in time we thought was a friend, right? But then you get on social media and you play dumb, right? You play dumb like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what anybody's talking about. I have no issues with anyone. I have never said this. I have never done this, blah, 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 blah. Yes, you did not say anything directly, but you directly said something to somebody else close to you enough to where they came up with this from somewhere. They didn't just come up with this on their own. Somebody had to event to them for them to express such vehemently disgusting things about Melody Cherie on the internet, you guys. So please do not give me this, oh, I've never said anything, I've never had a problem with anyone. Then keep your house in order. Keep your house in order so that everybody close to you is not speaking out on your behalf and you're trying to throw rocks and hide your hands. And see, this is the thing about reality TV, and this is why it exposes people who are being for real and people who are being fake, right? This is where people get into trouble. If you were transparent from the beginning, whether you like Melody Cherie or not, we wouldn't have to have this conversation. People wouldn't have to keep dragging you and keep coming for you if you just kept it a buck. You are better off saying, hey, Melody Cherie and I are not as cool as we used to be. Hey, Melody and Cherie and I, after, the situation at Madani, we're no longer cool, right? Or we're not as close as we used to be, right? But none of that comes out of your mouth, right? None of that ever comes out of your mouth. Instead, you're in DMs. Instead, you're in comments saying, I have no issues with nobody. I would let you know if I ever had an issue and blah, 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 blah. No, right? We just saw how you moved, right? After the Madani situation. We saw the switch up. We saw who you started to become closer to after that incident. We saw you being shady immediately after the escalation and leading to violence and everything else, that you were like, well, I'm just happy I wasn't in it. And I'm just happy I didn't do anything ghetto or ratchet, right? Basically trying to throw subs at you know who, right? that, oh, as long as I don't appear ghetto, as long as I don't appear ratchet, you know, everything's all good, right? I'm all good, my hands are clean, and blah, 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 blah. But you were directly throwing shade and completely ignoring the fact as to why things escalated in the first place, right? Because you know daggone well, if somebody accused you of not being, you know, your husband not being the father of your child, all hell's gonna break loose, right? All hell's gonna break loose, and you are going to be throwing some hands, or things are going to be escalating to where some hands are going to get to that point, right? If somebody is maliciously slandering you on the internet and maliciously reposting lies about you with no confirmation to not only use as a storyline, but to hurt and slander you, right? And to completely tarnish your reputation to the masses, to the national platform that this reality show is on, you guys. So please do not give me this I do not have a problem with anyone nonsense when your mom is firing off on Twitter saying all these horrible things. You have not condemned anything that your mother has said about Melody Cherie, right? Which means you agree. And you told your mother enough to where she felt comfortable enough to say those things, right? And this is where, you know, people get in trouble on reality TV. And people want to blame the editing or blame all of these things when fans call them out, or when fans, you know, have something negative to say in this and that. And that is because you're not being transparent. You're not being honest with us. If you were just honest and say, hey, Mel and I are no longer cool. Mel and I are no longer friends. Mel and I, we don't get along the way that we used to. We don't talk or whatever. That is one thing. But when you are throwing shots, when you are slandering people, when you are saying nasty things and calling people names, and then you're not even the one that's doing it, you have to go and use your mom. Another tactic that Letitia Scott uses, right? Because she wants to pretend that she has no control over her mother and what her mother says, when a simple conversation is, hey, I am an adult, I can handle my own battles, right? But she doesn't want to do that because she thinks by using somebody else to be her mouthpiece that means she's not the bad guy. She's not the person saying all the horrible things, right? If I use a mom or a relative or a friend or a sibling or somebody else to say the things that I really want to say on camera or on social media, that makes me look good, right? That makes me look good, except for it doesn't. It makes you look 100 times worse because this is your association. We know that you are close to this person, so they had to get it from somewhere. They had to get it from somewhere, right? They didn't just come with all of this on their own, because this seemed like a lot of frustration for quite some time that was hidden and pretending that everything was cute and wrapped up in a bow, and it definitely isn't, right? It definitely isn't. So it's better to just be transparent, you guys. It is better to just be transparent and be honest so that the fans can stop calling you out. And until you be transparent and honest about what it really is, fans are going to continue to act this way. And this is what I mean when I say not everybody is ready for reality TV, because if you are not going to be 100, if you're not going to keep it 100, if you are not going to hold yourself accountable and be accountable and say what is what, if there is an issue or if you are no longer cool with somebody, this is what's going to continue to happen. Fans are going to continue to hold your feet to the fire until you tell the truth, right? And if there was never any comments by your mom, if there was never any shady lives or any shady comments or shady associations to talk crap about somebody else, we would not be here, you guys. We would not be here calling it out, right? And that's all we want from these reality stars is transparency. And what happens is some people get, gassed up and think that they need to change up for the worse. And then when fans call it out, they act dumb, right? But that is why when we say F around and find out, this is what happens when you F around and find out that you cannot throw rocks and hide your hands, because people are going to call you out on it. And that's what happened here. So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.